Hello everybody, this is Ken Faulkner bringing you another knife video. We'll see if this one works. Man, it's been rough. Had a couple tough days. Yesterday I filmed this one almost completely and phone just stopped, and so I don't even know if this one's going to work or not, but I'm going to give it another try. I tried to do another one. I think it was overheated or something. I don't know, but we're going to give it a try, see how it goes. Yeah, this might I'll try to get this one quick so the phone doesn't overheat or run out of battery or any of the disasters that have been happening. Another thing I got to tell you guys is I was trying to get all these videos for the collection done before the Blade Show, but it's not looking like it. We ended up taking the cat to the ER today. Sudden, problem. That's what, life happens. You deal with life when it happens, and so it's getting late tonight, and I'm going to try to get through this one pretty quickly, as I can. Starting with a $91.46 knife. This one, by the way, the price range on this one, we've been kind of in like the $10 to $15 to $20, span. This one's all the way from 90 to 160 because we're getting to the more expensive knives and there's less of them, so we're definitely getting more knives. But there's a lot of knives in this one, so we'll give this a try. It's called the Manly. This is from Bulgaria, and I got this one in a giveaway on Bees. Came from Top Dog, and it's got all these stops. It's got like 3 quarter stops, and then all the way out. It's a pretty cool knife. S90V steel, G10 handles. It's got some cool texture on it. If you look at it right there, Manly. I never heard of it before, and it came in this giveaway, and I'm just super happy with this knife. So that's the first one. That's the Manly. It's called the Comrade. Is the name of the. It's Manly is the brand. Comrade is the name of the knife. Next is a Spyderco. Endura 4. So yeah, I got quite a few Spydercos in my collection. This is one of these longer, thinner ones, like a police or a military or some of those other ones that I don't have yet, but I would like to get. But this has got that real long blade, very slicey. It's got that lightweight handle with the FRN. And I've said before, and I'll say it again, Spyderco does the best FRN that I know of in the knife business. And the steel on this one is VG10, and this one was made in Japan. It's a Sekisei, Japan, and the price was $95.55. And moving right along, I got an off-grid. Showed one off-grid, I believe, in the last set. Now, it shouldn't be too hard to find because it's kind of a monster. This is the Stinger XL, and it is definitely XL. It's got that dagger blade, and that's kind of, I saw it. It took a long time before I actually got it, but I had to get it definitely because I got this kind of interest in a dagger blade. Obviously not, I mean, there are some, very few of folding knives that I've seen with a sharp edge on this side. Usually there's more of a bayonet, kind of like this. Kind of looks like a bayonet because it's got this flap right here, and this is kind of swedged the whole way, so it looks like a dagger, but it's only sharpened on the one side. So you can do EDC's tasks with this. You can get behind the blade if you want to. It's not so sharp that it's gonna bother you. Probably if you're pushing hard, you could probably feel that. So we're looking at Stinger XL from Off Grid. It's 154 cm liner lock and G10 handles, which don't have much. It's one of those G10s that kind of looks like it's got texture, but it doesn't really have a whole lot, but it's not slippery, so that's all right. And the price on this one is $97. And next one is the Essie Knives Azula. So I got a couple fixed blades in here. This is definitely a small fixed blade, and it comes with a sheath with a clip like this, so it fits really well in the pocket. Just kind of turn it with a clip out and clip it into your front pocket. You can also put it on a belt, obviously, but it snaps out. You got a nice place to push on it with your thumb, so it'll it'll snap out really well. The Azula's got the ant on there. I don't know. I mean, this is my only Essie that I have. Comes with a skeletonized handle, but they give you this paracord and a little instruction on how to do this kind of weaving on here. And I thought it wasn't gonna be any good at all. I ended up buying scales for it, thinking that I was gonna put scales on it, but I tried it out, got it nice and tight, and it's been on there for quite a while, and it just feels really good. So I'm happy with it right now. Always got the scales if I want to put it on later on. Moving on to the next one, which is a Kaiser. It is the Kaiser Feist. If you've been watching the channel, you remember when I took this from JG10 and did a RIT dye on it. I didn't use the right type. It was not the synthetic, so it came out kind of lighter, and there's like a little light spot there. So I might redo it sometime with the synthetic, but I still like the way it looks. I like that black with the burgundy kind of wine color, and it's a Lundquist design. The steel on it is M390, so it's one of the few premium steels in this price range, although we're kind of getting up there with some more premium steels, and we got some coming up in this particular set of knives. The price on this one is $99, Kaiser Feist. Very snappy front flipper. You can do it over the top with the index, and it's a stabby little guy. It's gotten me many times. That thing, you just don't want to get near that tip because it'll get you. Next, Artisan Cutlery, the Century. I was on a trip visiting my folks, and I was jonesing for a knife. So as I was getting ready to come back, I ordered this, and it was, I don't remember if it was right there when I got home or if it took a little while to get. But anyway, that's the story behind this one. I like to buy knives when I'm on trips, but that trip I wasn't anywhere near a knife store that I could buy a knife. So yeah, I ordered it off my computer before I came home. This one is a Ray Laconico design. It's got that kind of little filler in the handle that he's done. Another front flipper, so it's kind of, you got two of those in a row. Very snappy as well. This one has the S35VN steel, so that's pretty good. G10 handles again, but it's almost like a G-Mascus or something. You know, this knife has been around for a long time, and I think more of the G-Mascus stuff has come out later. So I don't know if they call this G-Mascus, but it definitely has a cool pattern. Not much texture, but it's definitely got grip. So, and it's got the anodize on the pot clip and on the pivot collar. So very cool, very nice knife from Artisan Cutlery. And the price on that one is $99.95. Moving on, Tucson. We got like 3 Tucsons here. When I tried to do this video last time, I got all confused, and I ended up calling something because they just do the numbers. So I'm looking for the TS382, and that's this guy. One day I was in the mood to buy a knife and I wanted something crazy. Found this guy. Definitely crazy. It's a cool stabby little guy with a big humongous hole. I can usually kind of flick it. You kind of have to get used to it because your finger can get caught in there and hang up. There's also this thing where you can kind of hold it like this. It's really not so great for stabbing, but you can grip it that way. Hold it tight enough. You can do it where it won't push your finger up in here and squeeze it. You know, that'd be pretty painful. Nice finger choil. It's got the titanium with the carbon fiber inlays on it. Got that ball, the ceramic ball on there. And it's a very wild, cool design. Sometimes you just want a wild knife, and that's what this is. If you don't like that finger flick, you can always do the top or the front flip. Works out really well. So that's that first Tucson. We're moving on. We're getting into some dam designs. I got 2 in a row. I'll just bring them both out here. Now I have a dam design. I think I was on that last set. It was a Hades. And what I have now is another Hades. This is a Hades that I ended up buying off of Stella from Stella's Knife Obsession. and she did the ano job on it. It's kind of hard to tell because it's subtle, but this is a slightly different color than this. This is more of a purpley, and this is more of a gray, dark gray. But it looks really cool, and that makes the clip kind of pop there. It's a different shape. If you remember, if you saw the other video with the first one with the G10 handles, it was very aggressive on the clip here, real long and a little bit more pointy. This is more of a snubby kind of thing. This one's great, but quite different. So I'm okay with having both of those in my collection because I really like them both. I like the titanium, but I like that other one with that aggressive tip. So for now, I've got two Hades in my collection. This next one is the Banshee. The Banshee is a knife, another unusual knife. I like variety. I like, I don't like all my knives to look the same. I like to have some personality. And this one definitely does have that. There's some times when you need something where you got to scrape with a sharp edge. And this is really good for that sort of thing. It's got that real, talking about like a snub nose kind of thing that is kind of a tanto, but that tip, instead of pointing out a long ways, is very, so the tip is not super pointy, but you get that good scraping action. Interesting knife. It's the Banshee. Another one of those Damn Designs names that's after some kind of a little demon or spirit or something like that. Cool knife. It's got that pivot, known for Damn Designs, the G10's handle. This Hades is the price on the Hades is 110, and the Banshee is also 110. Whereas this has the G10 and that has the titanium. So get a little deal with that titanium Hades. Next one is a Balisong. This is from when I was a kid, so I don't know how long ago I bought this one. I don't know much about being able to find this. I looked up online. I found it somewhere, and that's where I got a price on it. The price on it was $120, and I am darn sure that when I was a kid, I didn't pay $120. So maybe it's a slightly different knife. Interesting thing about this one, I think on the website it said it was made in China, but then this one, of course, this was old. This is, I'm an old guy, so if this is back when I was like around 20 years old, that's 40 years ago. It says USA on this side, Valor, Miami, USA. On this side it says stainless, and it says, it's got a number, and then it says Japan. So I don't know if it's Japanese steel or something. Maybe, I don't know what the heck it is. I don't know what to tell you about it. I've had this one forever. It's shown wear over time. This was like one of my fancier ones, so I used to not really use it that much, but you can see over time it's definitely taken some falls. Don't believe I've ever cut myself with it. I don't do like throwing up in the air type stuff, but I've always enjoyed a good Balisong. Can't carry it, but it's fun to have. Next one we got is a Kizer. Ooh, this one's a good Kizer too. It is the October, and it's not just any October. This is another win from Bees Blades, and I think it was another one of the Top Dog giveaways. This is the one with the cool titanium handles. It's got that excellent milling on there. Very cool. It's a great knife in general, but with that titanium, it just makes it even better. It's got this cool black wash look. Kind of looks kind of aged. This one is a 20 CV blade, so another premium one. Titanium handles, and it's $122. And yeah, like that knife, good jimping up here. Everything works well with it. Liner lock, not liner lock, sorry, it's a frame lock. Moving on, we got a Kubey. Got a couple fancy Kubeys here. I've always been a fan of Kubey. Since we're up in this 125, this one's $125, and that's because it is a fancier version of the Titius or whatever you want to call it. This is the one that comes with the titanium, and it's got a milled handle. It's micro milled, so it's kind of maybe hard to see in the light, but you definitely feel that texture. It's got that cool kind of green. Green's my favorite color, so that works for me. It's got that big blade, so it's good for doing work, doing serious cutting. Very comfortable handle. Titanium. The steel on it is 14C 28N, which is a good steel. $125 for that guy. So that's the first Kubey in this price range. Next is the Cold Steel 8010. I did a video on this recently, so if you've seen it already, you know what's going on with this one. This one got all pimped out. First of all, it was sent before any of the other stuff got done to Satu Dave. He did the hollow grind on there, and you can see how beautiful that looks. He really has put his knife knowledge into deciding how to grind these things, and it's almost kind of that slicey grind you see on some knives, and so it's a little bit lighter. I weighed it in the video if you wanted to check that out. These are aluminum scales, and I got a comment from Nick Edwards, who did the scales. This was his knife that he sent in to Dave for the regrind, and then he put in, these handles are aluminum and they're from Original Goat, and then he got this clip from somewhere. He said it was just something that he got like from Etsy or something like that. You know, some knives you don't have that many options for aftermarket stuff. Other things you can find, like a lot of the Spydercos, you can find tons of stuff. But this one turned out really great. This clip works super well. Good knife. And the price on this one, it's not going to include all the mods on it though, is $125. So you add in the mods, especially like the regrind, which Satu Dave was just learning, so he was doing it for free at that time. He's kind of backed off of that now, but anyway, $125 before all the mods. Next is going to be, $125.99. Next one's another Kizer. This is one that I won at Blade Show last year in Atlanta. I went to the Kizer dinner party after the show. Some of there was one with WE that they did a party after one night, and another night was Kizer, and it was a great show. I mean, Lefty was there, Bees Blades was there, bunch of people were there. We're just sitting around. Cue Ball was there, checking out each other's knives, what people had bought, and then Kizer, of course, had all their stuff there, and you got to check it out. And then they were doing giveaways, and I happened to get lucky on that giveaway. Got to go over and pick a knife, and I saw this one on there, and I'm thinking, wow, that looks like titanium. Titanium. It's called the Torngat. Cool knife, just a cool look. Really like it. Torngat is some mountains in Canada, and because I had never heard Torngat, or I'm probably mispronouncing it, but anyway, that's an S35VN blade. It's $127.20. Okay, we're going on to a Tempest. We got a Tempest, the Jetstream. This was the last one that Casey came out with. He's coming out with a smaller version of it. I forget what it's called, like the Mini Jet or something like that. He's just at the prototype stage on that one right now. I am waiting for the Fractus, so I don't have that in my hands yet because they had some kind of problem with the fabrication. But I really like this one. Jetstream with 154CM. That's what he tends to do with his blade steels. And it's $129.99, and titanium, and it does have that micro welding as well, which is super cool. So I don't know if you can see it, but reversed tux, my first reverse tux knife, and I thought I'd give it a try, and I really dig the kind of look. That colorway is very nice. Moving on, we're on Devo knives right after Tempest knives, and the funny thing is that Blade Show, they're going to be right next to each other, and they just happen to be by price next to each other on this one. This one's a $135 knife, so it's one of their more budget ones. It's the Mash. This is one, I think I bought this at one of the shows. I mean, actually all my Devo knives except for the Growler I did buy at the shows. I always go over, Kevin's such a, he doesn't really know me, but I mean, we've talked at all the shows, and he is a super nice guy. Easy to talk to, really easy. So it's fun to go over there, talk to Colin and Kevin. So if you're at a show, definitely go. I mean, he'll talk to anybody. He's give me some sweet deals. This is something that he happened to have on the table. They only had a few of them to sell, so I picked this one up, and this one's 135, like I said, and the steel is 14C28N, titanium handles, which look very, very cool. So great jimping on it. Feels good in the hand. It's excellent. Great jimping. Got the wire clip, which I do like a wire clip. Moving on, we got another cold steel. So this one is got the new lock that kind of maybe was inspired by the Shark lock. This is the Atlas lock, and so it's got that same kind of action. It's a little bit further back, whereas the Shark lock's up here. This one's back here, but it works really well. Fidget with it like that. You got thumb studs that you can use for it, so it works good that way. No flipper on this one. Thumb stud. I think you can flick it out pretty well with a thumb as well. Good solid blade. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the 8010 because it's got that solidness to it. That's the handle and the way it feels. The handle material on this guy is the G10, and it's S35VN steel, and it's 3.5 version because they had like a smaller one as well, but I opted to wait and get this one once I could find it. And like I said, it's $139.95. So cold steel Engage. Moving on. Got a lot of knives. A little time. Concept. I always say concept. This is one I got at my first blade show that I went to. Find it. Where is that guy? It is. I'll be in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's hiding in the pile. This is called the Copperhead, and I'd never seen it before. I saw it at the show, checked it out, flicked it a couple times, and had to get it. Back then, this was a pretty pricey knife for me. $139.95, like 2-3 years ago. That was a lot, and so, but I was at the show, and that just kind of revs up my buying desire. And it's got CPM S35VN Hawkbill blade, which I always like. Very good for doing cuts. It's got good jimping right here. Good place for the thumb. You can bring your finger up on top, get a little pressure onto that point. And the handle material is carbon fiber, which is a very cool looking shredded carbon fiber. And Concept does an excellent job with the carbon fiber, in my opinion. Nice pocket clip up there, milled titanium. So anyway, moving on. Got an Artisan Cutlery next. This is the Tradition. I bought a few of these used. It was like, I think there's like 3 or 4 of them for, like a batch price, and I just couldn't pass it up. This is somewhat premium because it's got titanium on it. Nice. It is a nice blade. I mean, Artisan Cutlery does a good job. This is called the Tradition. So it's a frame lock with the titanium. It's S35VN, so nice steel. And it's got a flipper. It's $139.99. I don't know if I can get I really can't effectively grab the side of that blade and get a flick out. But yeah, it's a good little knife. Barely fits my hand. Feels comfortable except for the fact that my pinky's falling off. But yeah, beautiful blade. Artisan Cutlery. I think I said $139.99. All right, we're gonna move on. Get through this one. Hogue. Hopefully it keeps recording. Hogue Deca Classic. Been around forever. Took me forever to buy it. I think I got it at the last Blade show on the last day of the show, Sunday. So I think I got a little bit of a deal. If the knives are still around at that time, the sellers are ready to give you a deal because they want to. when they pack up, they don't want to be hauling this stuff home. This one is MagnaCut blade, so we're talking real premium there. I never had MagnaCut before last blade show in Atlanta, and I picked up 2 that day or that weekend. Reverse Tonto on this thing, so nice clip there, and it's got that dual grind. Yeah, so it's a more obtuse here and more acute in the front, so a little fine cutting and a little more if you're like cutting, like whittling or anything like that back here. It's going to be a little stronger, and it's got FRN handles, but they definitely feel pretty good. I know you can get some aftermarkets on that. Might do that at some point to match with that MagnaCut. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. Moving on, Spyderco Tenacious. Speaking of aftermarket scales, so I gave away my old Spyderco Tenacious, and I had this one with G10 handles. In fact, I got them right here, the G10 scales. And so I decided to kind of, because this is an M4 blade, so it's a little bit of an upgrade from the regular Tenacious. That's why I gave away the other one, one of my giveaways. And since it is M4, I decided to throw on a little titanium there. Got these from, I was having a hard time finding scales for Tenacious. I guess it's because it's not as popular of a knife. But I got these from Titanium, and they actually came today. And so when I was trying to film this thing yesterday and my phone quit on me, you would have seen the old scales on it. But since it failed, yeah, we get to see the new titanium scales, and they're basically the same shape and everything. It's just titanium, a little slicker than the G10, but the titanium feels so good in the hand. It really does. I don't know if it's just because it's titanium and my brain is thinking that it's more premium, but it is awesome. I'm really happy I got those. Moving on, Demko 80-20.5. So we were talking Shark Lock when we were looking at the Engage, and here it is. Speak of the devil, and speak of aluminum OG scales. It's got that Frag OG scales. So this polymer handle, the FRN on this one, I just couldn't take it. Had to have something better. I still have the Austen Ace steel, but I think I got this. I didn't get it the first time around because they all sold out so fast. So I got it on a layer one. So I think that the heat treat was a little bit better on this set. He's making a Taiwan. A lot of people thought it was the same company that Cold Steel was getting their Austen A made, but for some reason everybody's getting rolls and stuff. I haven't had any problem with that with this one, but I know you can get better, more premium steels now on the 80-20.5, but this is a fidgety monster. And even though I got the Truffles the knife, I still think that this is the most fidgety knife I got. So you got the slots, you got the thumb, you got all that, plus the Shark Lock. Fun knife, good price, $149.99. Moving on. Now, if more premium steels might be more expensive, I don't really know. I haven't really been looking for one. Spyderco Manix 2. I haven't done anything with this one. It's just stock. I know that there's some stuff you can do because it's a little bit hard to actuate that ball bearing lock on here. It's got a regular spring in it. Some people on Bees' Live were talking about, I think it was Stacy Bolster Blades was talking about just cutting off like a loop and a half on that spring down there, and that makes it light enough. But also OCD for EDC has a replacement one for this that I've tried out actually, and it was really, really easy to actuate. Stacy was saying it's a little bit too soft. She recommends just cutting off a little bit. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this guy, but I love this knife. Nice, big, solid knife, cool lock. A lot like the Axis lock, but it's its own style, and definitely the spring's different, so you're not going to have to worry about that Omega spring that can break. I think this is a little bit more robust. It's got some good jimping back here, all the way up to the thumb ramp where you normally get Spyderco. You got the finger choil up front, so you got that grip, which is great, or you can grip it back here and both feel real good, and you're still totally on with some jimping back here, totally on the handle. So great knife. Spyderco Manix 2. Ball bearing lock. G10 handles. CPM 30 CV. USA made on that one. And it is... make sure I'm getting this the right one here. USA made and 151.20. Another cold steel coming up. We saw the 8010. Now we have the 8015. So I guess because of the fact it's got this scorpion lock, which is a different kind of lock. I don't know if that's a titanium bar here. That's a G10 here. Some kind of metal on this bar right here. But that's the lock. You got to pull it apart and swing it out. And then when you got it out, it locks in. And when you hold it in your hand and grip it, it makes it a super strong lock. It's a little hard to get used to. If you're not carrying it all the time, you kind of have to get used to it every time you carry it because, it's not like any other lock or any kind of other fidget that you have, but it's kind of cool because it's different, and I told you before, I like to have different in my collection. Still a big solid blade, maybe a little bit smaller than the 8010, but still big and solid, good work knife. Yeah, it's a great knife. Price on this one is $152.95. I think my 8010 is probably worth more now with all the pimping on it, but that's where it is in this collection. I got another Hogue. Another one I got from a Bees giveaway a long time ago. It was some military holiday, Top Dogs all over those. So this was like, I don't know, it's 4th of July maybe. Can't remember exactly that. But this is the Sig Sauer. This is one that's got this cool... I showed the Formax Scout has a similar kind of thing, kind of that skateboard tape kind of feel here. It's good grip, and I think it also matches what's on the Pew Pew of the same name. This is kind of like a match set with that. And it's Hogue again, so we're talking USA made, which is great. It's got their version of the Axis lock. I don't know what they call it. The crossbar lock is what I tend to call it for all of them, just to make everybody... But I know that a lot of companies have different names for them. So you've got again, it's almost like that Manix 2. You can choke up here, really nice. Come back here, and you're still full on that handle. Great feel to it. Good action. The spring on this one's not quite as strong as the Manix, so but it works really well. Maybe a little soft, because of crossbar. It doesn't really have a detent per se, but it works really well. Like this knife. The Sig Sauer K320 S30V steel polymer handle with that good grip on it. $152.96. Moving on, we got Artisan Cutlery. This one is the Shark, and it is like a little gentleman's knife. So tiny little guy, you can throw it in your shirt pocket. Very narrow, very small, very narrow this way. Long blade though. Good and pointy, pokey, titanium. This was in that set of Artisan Cutlery knives that I got on the secondary for an excellent price that I couldn't pass up. And I do like the knife. I might not have chosen it if I was buying them all by themselves, but I do like having it as a interesting gent knife in my collection. You can reverse the clip on this one, which is kind of cool. It's got that milled clip. Let's see what we got. It's the Shark by Artisan Cutlery. It's the S35VN. Titanium with a carbon fiber inlay on this side. The other side is just all titanium. And this one's made in China. And it's $153.99 if you're paying full price, brand new. All right. I think we're down to the end. This is the last one. No, sorry. I had to scroll down. So, next one, Max Ace. Max Ace is here, and this is not just any old Max Ace. I bought this from Stella, and she is a master of anodizing, and she really did an amazing job with this one. I really like. That's what drew me to this one. Always wanted to have Max Ace in the collection. This is the only the only Max Ace I really have. I have another knife that's made by Max Ace, but we'll get to that when it comes around. I'm not really sure what kind of finish it is on here. Maybe it's like a bead blast or something, but it's finished on this part and on the swedge, but then it's got the the satin on the flat, and it has a very cool look. It's called the Meerkat. You see there, it's CPM S90V. So that's a nice premium steel. And titanium handles, obviously, with that one of a kind customized ano job. $158 new, not including the ano. Next, another Tucson. This is the Tucson 223 M390. This is a Jerry Jelly design. Cool little knife. It was really well received by the YouTube channels. I know that Neves was big on this one. A couple other ones were very big on it. It's got some really cool grind lines in there. Sorry guys, it's been a long day. And this is M390 steel, and it is a Jerry Jelly design. It's got this bolster, frame lock sort of thing, which is really cool because then you're not putting pressure on this side. It's got a milled clip, which has like a texture on the outside, and then both sides of the handle have like a fluting sort of thing here and here, and it kind of comes out and flares out here, so it gives you that strider feel in the hand. Great, amazing action. I mean, it drops so well, and just a really well made knife. Probably my best fit and finish on a Tucson knife. Tucson. So that one is the TS223 in M390. It's got the bolster lock. It's got the M390 steel, titanium, carbon fiber. So the bolster's titanium and the handle is carbon fiber. And the price on that one was $159. Moving down, we're getting there. Kizer Drop Bear. Man, I almost got in some big trouble with my girlfriend because I didn't have it in my spreadsheet. And she's going, hey, that one's like about $150. It should be in here. This is a great knife. This is the one that she was in cahoots with Mrs. B's because my girlfriend went to the bathroom and Mrs. B said, hey, she really wants that knife. So, of course, I had to buy it for her. This is that titanium that has the ano that kind of changes color from greenish to bluish. Super cool knife. Glad to have it in the collection, but it is my girlfriend's, so I'm not carrying it too much. But yeah, she really likes this knife. It's one of her favorites. Great knife. Kizer crossbar lock, LC200N. So it's got that high corrosion resistance, which is very cool. Drop point titanium scales. $159 for the Drop Bear. Moving on, M8 knives. I picked this one up because I realized I didn't have anything from Megaron or M8, so I had to try it out. It's got a front flipper, very nice titanium with the micro milling. It's got this small little stripe of carbon fiber there. And it's frame lock, milled titanium clip. Just a really nice knife, really nicely made. It's got a little fuller in there so you can get that flick in. So that's a big bonus for me. It also has a finger choil there, but you got to kind of have to watch. You kind of have to pull back a little bit on it so you don't touch that heel. So the steel on this one is S90V. So we're talking another premium. It's got that titanium with that little bit of carbon fiber in there. And it's $159.95 for the M8 Morad. Almost forgot to say the name. The Morad. Next is another and the last Tucson in this list, the 306. Let me make sure I got that right this time because I screwed it up last time. This is the one that Tim from Tim's School of Fish gave to me. He had gotten it from somebody else. He didn't really feel like it was his style. He knew that I liked big knives. He's a cool guy, good friend. I'm really looking forward to seeing him at Blade Show. I have a lot in common with his the things that he believes in. I love his channel. I think he really works hard, and he's been getting lots of subs and doing tons of giveaways, and he's just the man. This got carbon fiber in here in these little slots, and it's got titanium there. This was, I think it was because I looked this up online, White Mountain Knives, and it came as just plain titanium. So somebody did the anno job on it. You can see on the clip it's a little worn off. So I was gonna go ahead and strip that out. I got the stuff, just haven't done it yet. I'm gonna have to wait until after Blade Show. This is something that I saw is supposed to work for it. Hopefully that'll be good, and then if it turns out well, or maybe if it doesn't, I'll show you on a video. So this is the Tucson TS306. It's a frame lock M398. So it's not M390, M398. And it's got titanium with that carbon fiber in the spots. So I think it's going to look cool. In fact, in the picture, it looks really cool because you can have, it's more contrast between that bare titanium and the carbon fiber. And this one was $59.99. $159.99, sorry. All right, another Kubey. This one's an awesome one. I picked this one up. This is another one that was super big. I mean, people were talking about being knife of the year and all that kind of stuff. This is the Atlas, and it's another Jerry Jelly design, and it's a real premium. It's got titanium, very good weight for me on here. It's nice heavy knife, 160 bucks, S35VN. It just has an excellent action because it's a heavy blade, so it's got that good drop and good flick with a great detent. You got the flipper tab if you want to use that. You got the hole, and you also got that fuller all the way up, so if you want to try to get it down here lower, you can get it. It's got that kind of cool looking thing down the middle where it's cut out. Got some green. It's got some pop of color on there with the back spacer. I told you I like green. The clip, very cool, kind of matches all the design. And then pivot collar, even the screws are anodized green. So it is a super cool knife. I really like that one. All right, last knife. And the second fixed blade. And I'm glad that we did this because I'd kind of forgotten about this one. I got this one at Blade Show last year. Morris Knives. I got to talking with the dad and the son, who's kind of pretty much taken over the company and made this knife. This one's called the Colorado, and you can see he kind of etched, like engraved the date into it. Very kind of personalized, almost semi-custom sort of thing, but this feels so good, and I love the color of the wood there. You got that green. You know, I like the green because everybody, a lot of the channels have their colors that they like, but I'm big on green. I like wood handles, so these are really nice. I like that it has like the hammer mark kind of thing up here. I always kind of like that in a fixed blade. I think it's really cool, very rustic looking, great. Flat here, maybe a slight, looks like a slight hollow. Anyhow, that's Morris Knives. The last one's Colorado fixed blade 440C, which is a good steal. Wood handles, USA made, $160. Morris Knife Company, and what do you call this thing that they put the knife in? The sheath. It's very cool. Kind of like that deep end sort of thing. I'd forgotten about this. I got to carry it more often. That's it, guys. I finished. The camera held in 45 minutes. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I'm probably not going to get any more out. I might be able to squeeze one more out, but probably not. But I will finish after Blade Show for sure. And we have a lot of other stuff coming too. So I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.